We all know that Zach's made Santa's naughty list this year for starting a YouTube channel. Well, now I take it to the next level when I call out a truck GPS manufacturer for their lack of features and connectivity on this episode of Truckin' It. Friends and followers, welcome back to my channel and greetings from the sleeper berth. I hope y'all are doing amazingly well out there while I get some light on myself here. On this episode of Truckin' It, I'm going to talk about 3 improvements that truck GPS manufacturers need to make, and that starts right now. Okay, Garmin, TomTom, Rand McNally, Cobra, you all are trying to compete with Apple, Samsung, Motorola, Microsoft, Google, Nokia, and you're not doing a very good job of it. And Garmin, I'm especially pointing the finger at you since you've already attempted this once. So, I want y'all to make it right. And there's been a few features that have been lacking from your truck GPS units that you really need to consider implementing. So, let me talk about that. Item number 1, a subscriber identity module slot with a 4G, 5G modem. In other words, put the little card slot and modem into the GPS itself, so that we can take advantage of these cheap unlimited data plans that are available through the cell phone companies to get our traffic and weather data. Because your Bluetooth connectivity and your wired connectivity to my mobile device are a joke. They do not maintain the connection. They do not work reliably. Number 2. WAZE traffic integration. Last night, I had an hour detour because your GPS failed to notify me that the freeway was closed on Interstate 30 at Interstate 635 in Dallas, Texas. And this was due to an ongoing construction project that doesn't end until 2024, according to TxDOT. And this has a lot of nighttime lane closures and a lot of nighttime full freeway closures involved, since they're replacing the whole interchange. But because your GPS didn't give me the traffic data, I had to waste an hour trying to find a detour to get around this closure. And that sucks, especially when multiple freeway closures are going on. And then number 3. So I've addressed the SIM card. I've addressed traffic data. Now, for item number 3, over-the-air map updates with speed limit changes. This means that I would get an update on the GPS as soon as you're notified by TxDOT or some other DOT that the speed limit on a highway has changed. Now, some trucks may be addressing this in the next couple of years. Here's amongst them the Freightliner Cascadia with Detroit Assurance 5.0. But until that day comes, that when trucks can recognize road signs, You have the responsibility to update my GPS to get it current with the speed limits and with changes in the highways. If I'm paying for lifetime maps and traffic, that means I should be getting lifetime maps and traffic on the device. So, implement these changes, and you've addressed my frustration, Garmin. And I know that I'm calling out Garmin specifically since that's the brand of GPS I currently use, but all GPS manufacturers should really consider this, since your GPSs nowadays are basically a tablet with map data on it. And there's already devices out there from companies like Apple, Samsung, Google, that already have access to this map data, but they don't have the height restrictions and the other features my truck GPS has. So, you truck GPS manufacturers need to catch up to the smartphone makers. And to do that, you got to do those 3 improvements I just mentioned. And one last thing, on your diesel 780 and on some of the other GPSs you offer, instead of forcing us into planned obsolescence, please update your Android version. Because version 6 of Android is 5 years old. And Google is on Android version 11. So please fix this now. And that applies to all your diesel GPSs there, Garmin. And I'm sorry if I'm calling anybody else's name out, because maybe some of the other GPS manufacturers have addressed all this stuff. But Garmin, you make all these smart devices now, and you still can't update my truck GPS to something that's not 3 years old or more. Shame on you. You gotta get it right. I'm Zach Bell, in the sleeper berth, and this is Truckin' It. Until next time, let's make your best trip your next trip, and maybe use the smartphone as a backup to your truck GPS until Garmin and the other manufacturers release products that fix their problems. And maybe that unlimited plan will be better after all, once you can connect these devices to it. Bye for now.